also, like, when you're 6'4", sitting on a curb, like, your knees are at your ears.
Yeah.
Gonna be honest, not the... Never mind. Anyway.
You got an F, didn't you?
Wild Til 9!
Are you ready?
Yep, let's go home.
Welcome back to Wild Til 9.
Hello.
Fresh out of the hospital.
Fresh out of the hospital. Boy, do we have an episode for you today. I would say Jeremy is here physically, but Jeremy is not really here mentally or spiritually.
We didn't really go over sick leave when we started this show, did we?
No.
I'm so tired.
So where do we start? So most stories I feel like start with pickleball. And in recent time, most of our stories start with something pickleball related.
Uh-huh.
And also, if you were tuning into the video version of the episode today, we've got both pups here. We'll see how long it lasts for Moose because I feel like Moose is not.
He smells bad.
That's the meanest thing you've ever said.
His mouth smells like death. It smells like death died.
It's not great. And all of the rotten teeth are gone now. So it's like that just means that it's time for a teeth brushing.
Hi, buddy.
Look at him. He just did a trust fall. Did you see that?
He's too trusting.
Yeah, he's too trusting. He's for sure too trusting. Diggo, do you have anything to say? Babe, give the mic to Diggo. The amount of head bopping that just happened there with the microphone. So, anyways, back to our. This is my first American healthcare experience at the emergency room.
I'm thrilled that you got to check it out.
We really said in sickness and health.
And here we are in one of those.
And here we are in one of those, and one of us is healthy.
Okay, so where to begin?
We've been taking private pickleball lessons once a week, and we were en route to said pickleball lesson. And honestly, we both had kind of upset tummies in the morning, not like food poisoning level of upset tummy, but like I had like a weird little stomach pain, and Jeremy was like, my tummy doesn't feel good either. So whatever, we get in the car.
Are you hijacking this story about you? Is this how you were in pain?
No, I'm just starting the day. I'm setting the scene.
Oh, okay, got it.
I'm sorry, who was conscious for most of the day? Not you.
Today or then?
Well, both answers, not you.
Correct.
So we are driving up this big windy side of the mountain essentially to get over from one part of Los Angeles over to like Beverly Hills area. And it's one of like those windy roads that is one lane going both ways, and it's like a major route to get kind of like over the hill, the main hill in LA. And Jeremy was like kind of hyperventilating, and we're in my car, and so I do have so many provisions because like what do you need? Like, do you need a Tums? Do you need a Pepto? Do you need water? Like, I've got all of it. Like, what?
Right.
But you're like, no, I just want to complain. I was like, okay, no problem. So then it escalates.
I was like, I just need to audibly.
Yeah, you just need to audibly
get through this.
Get your foot out of your mouth. It's like having two toddlers in the room. I feel like. One that's breathing questionably hard.
I'm the one that's supposed to be unwell right now.
And then this one's licking my leg now. Moose, I don't like this. Can I keep my lotion? I want to keep my lotion, please. Please.
Boys!
Please.
We have done this 200 times.
Okay. So we're going up this mountain. Jeremy's like kind of hyperventilating, and he's already proclaimed that he just wants to be audible in his complaints. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, whatever. Like, do you?
Well, after like the 6th time, do you need this? Do you need that? Do you need this? Do you need that? How about that? How about that? What about this?
I'm trying to be a problem solver.
No, I know. You're amazing.
I'm offering resolutions.
No, babe, you're perfect. I'm dying.
And so eventually I was like, do you want to switch drivers? Like, I can drive. You want to just pull over at like the next spot? I can drive.
For a while there's no next spot.
Right. So you're kind of just like, he's kind of like hyperventilating, holding himself really stiff and weird. And I'm like, are you going to lay an egg in my car? Like, what's happening? So
I wish.
We eventually, fast forward to a little bit.
Yeah.
So eventually we get to
a grassy knoll.
A grassy knoll where you can pull off to the side and there's like a little driveway.
But this is where I made my first mistake. Of all the places I could have pulled over, somehow the very first place that I could have pulled over was in front of a firehouse.
Was in front of a firehouse.
The fire department. The full on.
It was like such a nice little quaint one too. Like so cute. What?
Are you biting me?
This is a chew toy. He's just having a little too. A little nibble.
That is your father.
With love.
This is not a chew toy. No.
Diggo arguably has things to say about that.
Anyway, so I fucked up. I fucked up bad because if I had my druthers, I would have pulled over
In a ditch.
anywhere besides a place that had medical professionals.
Medical help?
Ready to go.
Oh no, medical help.
So anyway, go ahead.
So he pulls over and gets out of the car and then goes and sits on the curb to like get some fresh air. And I'm like,
That's a compliment.
he started with sitting.
Yeah.
He started with sitting on the curb. But also like when you're 6'4", sitting on a curb, like your knees are at your ears.
Yeah.
Gonna be honest, not the. Never mind. Anyway,
You got an F, didn't you?
sitting on the curb.
You're telling me that I can't sit on a curb without giving you the ick?
No, gonna be honest, no. Gotta be honest, no.
I hate everything.
Actually, something worse happened exactly 1 week before that. Your laces were untied and you knelt down to retie your lace. But then in the process of doing your bow, you punched your water bottle and knocked your water bottle over. And the whole thing was just like, oh man, it was tough. Tough 20 seconds for you, babe.
You didn't mention this.
I actually told Shoshana a couple days after it happened. I was like, man, I was like the craziest ick half of the other night. So anyways, it honestly was just, it was the combination of the bunny ear and the bunny ear, and we tied the knot and I punched the water bottle. Anyways, so we pull over. Jeremy's got he's kind of like going from a seated position on the curb to then it kind of collapses into a fetal position and he's like laying in the wood chips. And I was like,
And
Jeremy,
like, if you know me at all, if I'm laying in wood chips,
it's not good.
something went wrong.
Things are not going well.
Several minutes ago. And then remember the one fire guy like drives by.
Yeah, someone pulled in to
Like,
like
coming into
arrive
work.
to work. Yeah. And he was like,
Are you guys good? And I'm like, totally. Just stomach problem.
He was like, we're just having a little stomach thing over here. And he was like, okay, holler if you need anything. Just kept on driving down to their parking lot. I was like, okay, thank you. And so I was like calling from the car. I'm like, okay, let me know if you need anything. You okay? You okay? And then eventually he's kind of like fully laying down in the wood chips now. And I've gotten the Squishmallow dog bed from the car and I've like put it under his head. That's wifey material right there.
Well, that's when I realized I needed to go to the other side. I have to die in the grass.
You go down the grass. No, we're not there yet. We haven't made it to the grass yet.
You brought the Squishmallow over into the wood chips?
Yeah.
Got it.
See? Not there.
Not sure I was there for that part.
Not there for that part. And he's kind of like wailing. I don't know. Like I would say that would be the word to describe.
What do you mean wailing?
Like you're like, ah, ah. Like what I imagine light labor to sound like.
Oh, okay.
But this is probably a fraction of the pain of labor.
I'm sure it was.
No offense.
I'm sure it was.
So you're kind of wailing, and so you're going now in and out of consciousness between the wailing. So I was like, okay, Jeremy's no longer with us. This is like my green light to now go get help. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna
all
go.
I could think about was I don't want her to go get help.
Like that makes me want to punch you in the throat hearing
That's
that.
fine.
Makes me want to punch you in the throat. So anyways, I go and knock on the fire guy's door, and I'm sure that they're kind of like, I bet they're watching on the security cameras, just like assessing the situation, like live TV,
Yeah,
live
what the
reality
fuck
TV.
is this guy doing on our wood chips?
Or like, is he gonna yak? Is he gonna shit on our wood chips? Like, what's this guy gonna do?
I was prepared to do all of it.
And so I'm like, hey, we have kind of like a medical situation. Like, it's not super like emergency. Like, he's not dying, but like maybe, but like not really sure. It's like we started out with stomach pains, and then it's become so much that he's like losing consciousness now. And they're like, okay, no problem. Literally 3 of them come out with so much,
It's like
so much medical equipment.
It's like they do that for a living.
I think of like the ambulance medics,
Yeah.
who obviously have everything. But yeah, I always forget that the fire people are
First
also
on site.
so trained. And so anyway, they've got him like hooked up to EKG maybe?
EKG.
Heart thing. They're taking the blood pressure. They've got the oxygen levels. They literally had an IV in you.
Yeah.
And one of the fire guys is holding the liquid bag in the air because we've now moved you over to the grass. They like
I'm now
got
in the
you
grass.
up. You're now in the grass. Squishmallow dog
I
man
was
has come
like,
with you.
can I please go die in the grass?
Yeah, because the wood chips were just like sticking to you
Just
in there.
sticking it in my
everywhere.
neck. I was like, oh God.
And so he's literally holding, you're on the ground. They're holding the IV bag up in the air, like getting fluids into you.
It was awful.
And
My arm looks like a tract farm.
honestly, the most alarming part of all this, we'll get to the heart rate situation in a second, but like, I've never seen a jaundice baby, but I can only assume that Jeremy was a giant jaundice baby laying in the grass at this fire department.
Did we want to share one of the photos?
Yeah, let's put the photo of you in the ambulance. This is not edited. There's no color correction here. This is the color of Jeremy's skin. Literally a jaundice baby.
Wait,
a giant 6'4" jaundice baby.
But my face.
Yeah, of your face. We'll make sure to do a zoom in version of how angry he was in the ambulance.
When the guy was like, "You're able to call the ambulance," I was like, "No, sir."
But then he passes out again. So I'm like, call the fucking
I go,
ambulance.
"Sir, you don't understand. I'm gonna be fine in 5 minutes."
And so why they called the ambulance though was that because he had a sustained heart rate of about 41 for like 20 minutes, which is, unless you're a marathon runner, like
kept
that's
asking,
not normal.
"Sir, are you a marathon runner?" I go, "That's
No.
funny.
No.
That
no,
is
no.
funny.
No.
These guys
No,
got
no,
jokes."
no. And so they were concerned about that, and they were like, "Yeah, you shouldn't go. Just like go home." And so they got him up into a little gurney, up into the ambulance. He was so mad, but like when you're in and out of consciousness, like I'm not taking you home and taking responsibility for the half corpse that I'm now responsible for. Like there's no world in which that is going to happen.
Yeah.
So I said, "Bye. I'll meet you at the ER." They actually didn't even offer me right in the ambulance.
Yeah, I had to go alone.
Yeah, I know.
That sucked.
I know.
It was awful.
I know.
Is that normal?
I think so. I've ridden once in an ambulance, but I was like in the front seat.
You mean the front?
In the front, like in the cab of like
Okay.
the ambulance.
Nice.
Never in the back.
Back sucks.
Yeah, so what was it like?
Alone.
What were you? Were you asleep? Or like, what were you-
No.
But the guy was with you back there, right?
He's behind my head though.
Okay, yeah.
And so like I knew he was there
Uh-huh.
if I needed him.
Right.
But I felt like, first off, we're in the middle of a hill.
Yeah.
And like,
Like a twisty, turny, again, one lane on both sides type
right.
of hill.
And so it's like, you're in an ambulance. So you assume that like you are getting the right of way.
Yeah.
Sure felt like we were waiting a lot.
Yeah. You had the sirens on though. I took a little video. Because I just knew. I was like, you're not going to find this funny right now, but there will be a time
I'm still waiting for it to be funny.
in 24 hours. You laughed so hard at the angry photo.
The angry photo was funny.
That one's so funny.
That's funny.
That just encapsulates like the whole experience to a T.
The only part that like really freaked me out was like at a certain point, I started feeling very tingly and I lost control of my hands. I didn't like that.
I think that was an anxiety response.
They kept getting bigger, right?
No. You just kept holding it really like stiff and rigid.
Yeah, but like it was very apparent to me that I could not control my hands.
Yeah.
I didn't like that part.
I took a photo of it because I was like, oh, it looks sketchy.
It didn't feel good.
Yeah.
It felt.
But I think that was an anxiety and stress response to whatever your body was doing.
Well, I was trying to get my heart rate up.
Yeah.
I was trying to like, okay, what could I do to make
How
myself?
can I hack this?
I was like, how can I make myself nervous? And then if I make myself nervous, my heart rate will go up.
Right. Well, that's why it was so sus that it wouldn't go up for so long because like so much was happening. There's no world where you're like in a normal scenario health wise that your heart rate shouldn't have been much more elevated.
Yeah.
I talked to Maggie about this as well too, Nurse Maggie, and she was like, you guys did the right thing 100%.
What?
So I feel good about that.
Go to the ER?
Yeah.
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 So that was my week.
And so like the only shitty part about all of this is that we don't really have any answers, which isn't great.
Well, they were like, okay, let's see if you've got like, what, a kidney stone?
Test
for pee in my bladder or something like that?
Yeah. Pee in your bladder. So you do have pee in your bladder.
Pee in my...
You tested positive for pee in your bladder. Congratulations.
Funny. Blood in my pee?
Blood in your pee, I think?
None.
No blood in the pee?
She asked me and I was like, no, there's none of that. And she's like, well, you wouldn't see it. And I was like, cool.
I mean, listen, if you have a UTI that's really, really bad, you can see it. But they can see like, they can obviously like test for like traces of blood. But yeah, so we don't really
No
have
blood.
any answers. It was
Perfectly healthy.
bottom left of like your abdomen that
Yeah.
the pain was. So it's like it wasn't like appendix area.
They said I've just got the cockroachitis.
I think you very much are not giving cockroach. I think that it's time to retire that because you don't embody cockroach energy anymore. I'm so sorry to tell you
Really?
this. I don't know. I feel like you like turn 30 and you're not a cockroach anymore.
That sucks.
You're like a little dainty butterfly. I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, I got
tell you that.
butterflyitis then. I got the case of the butts.
You got a case of the butt butts. Do got a case of the butt butts. So that was our experience. And like when you're in ER, it's not a great place to be if you're not actually.
So we got to the ER, and then I got mad because I was like, okay, we're so fucked. We're so fucked.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not in as much pain as I was. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
But because I'm not in as much pain as I was, I'm now.
Lowest priority.
Yeah. I have to
Lowest
I
priority
think
in
to start
the ER.
lying and saying I'm in a lot more pain than I am, and
Yeah.
then start receiving treatment I don't need,
Yeah.
which is not helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm so fucked. I'm now like, rightfully so, the last priority.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest though. It was very similar. Like I was really curious to see how the ER process was going to go, like just in the American system versus the Canadian system. Cause it's like in Canada, I mean, it feels free. I know it's not free. Obviously your taxes pay for it. But like I was so curious to see if things would like move faster or be more efficient. But it's just like ER seems just like an ER.
I mean, the ER's the ER. I don't know if I don't think they're not really thinking about money there either.
Right. They're keeping people alive.
Right.
We didn't see anything gnarly though, which was good. I saw one super bloody person on the way in.
A bloody person.
Like in a bed already being tended to, but they
Right.
were just covered in like blood-soaked things. And I was like, oh, Jeremy would pass out if he saw this for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't see that.
Yeah. But no, you got, because I was worried that because, again, you would be lower priority in the ER, that you would like still be in the waiting room when I got there like 45 minutes later. because-
No, they took me right in.
Yeah, they took you right in with it, which is great.
I feel like when you go on via ambulance.
No, that's not always the case.
Really?
Yeah, that is not always the case. People think that, but that's like a myth. That going by ambulance doesn't always just get
I
you
thought that was
fully
like the
admitted.
VIP line.
No. That is not the VIP line.
That sucks.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know, but
if they had put me in the waiting room, I would have walked out.
I know you would have.
Like before you got there.
Yeah, I know. I know. But it was pretty good. We saw a doctor within 3 hours.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
3
That's
hours.
what I'm saying. Like it was honestly not an awful experience. The fire guys were the best. They were incredible.
Yeah.
They were so helpful. They were probably also just like excited because then like
Something to do.
Because like they were at one point there was like 6 dudes out there and
Yeah.
they were like, oh, do you want a driver? You want to drive? We can drive. No problem. We can drive the ambulance. So it's like I feel like they were maybe having a slow morning and they were like, oh, this pickleball guy.
That's funny. I know. Yeah, this marathon running pickleball player. I'm like, I'm going to a private lesson, the third of which I've ever taken.
The amount of times Jeremy fought back against receiving medical care and then his eyeballs would roll into the back of his head. And I was like, okay, yep, give him the fluids, give him the Zofran, give him the IV, give him the injection, get him in the ambulance.
Hate being doted on like that.
But like, what do you think it is? Like, what is it like a masculine fragility thing? Do you think that? Because I feel like a lot of dudes are like this. They just
I
like
don't know.
hate receiving care.
I don't know.
Because you love to be doted on by me.
Yeah, it's different.
And like, listen, I'm not gonna know how to do CPR and shit. Like if shit hits the fan. I'm sure that smelled so nice, but that was adorable.
It's so cute.
It was so cute.
It's so cute. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's different. So wet.
Yeah. So every time your eyes were into the back of the head, I was like, yep, and there's your green light. Go ahead. Into the
now we're
ambulance we
here.
go. And now we are here.
We're here.
And now we're here.
I'm back. I'm ready. Kind of.
Incredibly dramatic. I missed a surprise little birthday thing that I was doing for a friend.
Not anymore.
We missed our pickleball lesson.
Not anymore.
I literally texted our pickleball coach and I sent him a photo. And I was like, I think that we're not going to be making it today. So sorry to last minute bail on this.
You're like, I think I'm going to text him and say I'm going to be a little late. And I was like, oh, babe.
That was when we were switching drivers. That's when we were switching drivers.
And
And
I
then it
was
escalated.
I was like, I got to tell you right now, I think we're going to be real late to this one.
Yeah. Real late as in we missed a week.
Yeah.
We missed a week.
Yeah, but now we're back. We're ready. We're ready. This is good.
So anyways, if anyone wants to unofficially diagnose Jeremy, we've got lower left abdomen pain that has since subsided. He received fluids and Zofran on the scene
Uh-huh.
via the firefighter medics.
More fluids there.
More fluids at the hospital.
My arm looks like it was chopped away at.
Beat, yeah. You had a sustained heart rate of like 41, but then eventually it stabilized. Blood pressure was fine. Oxygen levels were fine. One of the other like key parts here is that you were severely dehydrated and also took a high as shit probiotic out of nowhere.
Yeah, because I think honestly, justice for non-probiotic takers.
Justice for non-probiotic takers?
Yeah, that shit took me.
No, that shit took you to the ER.
I think so.
I literally think that like you didn't ramp up to this probiotic that you tried to that's what I'm saying. Babe, I'm so sorry, but you need to retire from cockroach energy. You don't have it anymore.
Why? What happened to it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I had to go to urgent care today for something else unrelated, and it's just been a time in sickness and in health.
Well, we'll get to the health one day. For now,
I mean, I feel good.
well, that's good.
I did Pilates today, walked the dogs,
I slept
ate
for
my
12
meal
hours.
prep. 12 hours?
More?
Way more.
Oh.
You've been asleep. I woke up at 7 p.m. You have been asleep since midnight
Well, I left today.
for an hour
Right.
and then went back to sleep.
Right.
Okay. So what does that have us sitting at? 19 minus 1, 18?
I'm ready for bed.
18 hours?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I don't know what's wrong with
Rested.
me. I'm obviously dying.
What's your life insurance looking like right now?
Oh, boy. I don't know if it's looking good.
One of my friends was just going through the process of having to make some of those like decisions that seem really crazy, like decisions on what to do if you are in a coma or if you're being like kept alive just like by machines, like a medically assisted like state of living essentially. And she was like, have you done this before? Like, this is fucked. This is crazy. Like assigning someone to like make these decisions for you is so like, what a crazy possible future scenario that you have to assign someone in the future, but like when you're alive and well.
Right. I talked about this with you like the week 2.
Yeah.
Like right after we got married, I was like,
know.
wait, what do you want?
Yeah. It's hard.
It's not that hard.
It's hard. I feel like it's kind of hard.
It's hard, but it's harder not to talk about it and then guess later.
Oh, totally. It just like scares me when you see those TikToks of girls, not necessarily girls. I feel like I literally said this. I can't decide if I'm having deja vu or if we already talked about this, about people who like wake up and they've been in a coma for 6 months and they just like wake up and they're like, what day is it? And they're just like fully back.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a dog thumping on the ground right now doing a back scratch just in case it's affecting the audio.
It can't be any worse than Viggy. Anyway, so did you want me to keep you alive forever, right?
No. That's actually absolutely not what I'm opting for.
I'd like to keep me alive forever.
We've done Myers-Briggs.
Yes.
And Jeremy just blurted out that he's something that starts with an I. And I just feel as if there's no world that you're not an extrovert. I'm an ESFJ.
That sounds familiar.
You're not an ESFJ.
What's ESFJ?
An extroverted, sensing, feeling, judging. You're not.
Yeah, you're
not
fucking
a
judging
feeler.
for sure.
He's a
Definitely.
thinker. He's a thinker.
Definitely judging.
Wait, should we fucking do this one again afterwards?
Yeah.
We're gonna do this afterwards. Okay, so last time I did this test, is this your Enneagram, I think it's called?
Enneagram?
Yeah. Last time I took this, I was a
Humpback whale.
so close. A 3-wing 2,
What?
but it's been a long time since I've done this.
Okay, we did absolutely like no introduction. We didn't say we're taking a personality test. We just like, so like,
We're taking a personality test today, and Jeremy, I need you to fucking revive yourself up here, okay? Revive it, figure it out.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Okay, so the brief descriptions, there's 9 different types, and then they all have like little subsections.
Okay.
So this one's a little more specific than, because I think Myers-Briggs only has 16 total. We've got type 1, the reformer, type 2, the helper, type 3, the achiever, type 4, the individualist, type 5, the investigator, the loyalist, the enthusiast, the challenger, and the peacemaker.
Okay.
I feel as if you are going to be the individualist.
Okay. How do I start?
Actually, maybe not. Hang on. Wait, take a guess. Which one do you think you're going to be here? If you go to the brief descriptions underneath that like whole diamond thingy, it gives you the oh no, the reformer suffers anxiety about getting it right, delays action until it is right. Oh. It's been such a long time, and I feel like, I don't know, like every year to year, you're like a new person. So I'm wondering if I'm going to end up being a different.
I have no idea what I'm going to be. I feel like I used to want to be a challenger.
Was that one of them? The challenger. Yeah. Aggressive and impulsive, expresses anger readily, but has difficulty feeling dependency or softer emotions. That's not funny at all.
Today seems like such an interesting day to do this.
Believes being strong, powerful, and domineering is the only route to safety. I also feel like that's kind of a trauma response, though.
I don't think it's natural.
Yeah.
I don't think I came to that on my own volition.
The enthusiast attempts to avoid fright and pain by escaping into fun, pleasure, and imagination. No, that's way too worry-free for me. The loyalist, too much fear of fear. Seeks safety from harm in a dangerous world through vigilance by imagining the worst-case outcome in order to prepare. Looks for the hidden agenda.
Okay.
This is like the conspiracy theorist, I feel like.
Oh, I could be more. I want to be more of that.
The investigator defends self from intrusion and feelings of inadequacy through protecting privacy, holds back strong feelings, limits desires and needs, minimalist lifestyle. Neither of us are minimalist.
No.
The individualist, intense emotional highs and lows, fears abandonment and loss, driven to search for lost ideal love, dissatisfied with life as it is. Never mind, I take it back. I don't think you're going to be a type 4. I think you're going to be the challenger. I think you're right.
Okay.
What number is that?
8.
The challenger is 8.
Oh, yeah.
The achiever, this is what I was, believes love and approval will be the reward of performance, achievement, and success, adjusts and adapts self to the desired image. Oh, that's called a people pleaser, and I am one of those.
So you're not.
Until not. Equates self with performance, keeps busy, focuses on looking good. Is this just a Leo? This
Maybe.
might just be a Leo.
Maybe.
Misses own feelings, deceives self about own needs, gifts, optimistic, accomplished leadership, efficiency, positive and confident, goals to be productive and feel outstanding through personal success. That could be it. Okay, the helper seeks approval, love, and fulfillment of needs through giving to significant others what they want and hopes they will give back, alters to meet needs of others, many selves develop. The reformer gains worthiness and love through being good, correcting error in self, others in the world, suffers anxiety about getting it right, delays action until it is right.
Ooh.
I got a little reformer in me, I think. Okay, so let's go for it.
How do we go for it?
Find your type, and then you have to sign a liability that says this is not a mental evaluation. This
Wait,
is not
find your type.
at the bottom here.
Yeah.
The little
got it.
and then begin test.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, section 1 of 9.
Oh God.
So these are true or false. So I don't think it's gonna be anything crazy. It's also in like lightly gray font. It's like either mostly true or mostly false, which I like. I like that approach instead of having to like answer in so black
Agreed.
and white.
Agreed.
My life revolves around my work and my achievements.
Wait, that's not my first one.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh shit. Wait, that's great. What's your first one?
I can't be loved if I'm just average. I must excel.
Wow. Wow. Ouch.
That's a dork start.
True.
Okay, here we go. So here are my first 3. My life revolves around my work and my achievements. I will ignore my feelings in the interest of peace and harmony with others. I am hardly ever satisfied with the results of my efforts. There's always something that could have been done better. I don't get upset about things I can't change. I get violently upset about things I can't change.
Once I'm alone, it's much easier for me to sort through an event and examine my feelings. I don't know. Any kind of vulnerability is weakness. I will do most anything not to be weak.
Is this a therapy session? I know that it said that we had to sign off on it saying this is not a mental health evaluation, but ooh, babe, you haven't gotten this one yet, but I love to organize everything into a system I can monitor from a distance. This preserves my privacy and safety. You love a good TSJ, organization and safety and privacy situation.
Not sure what you mean.
I'm going to answer a big, large false on that one for myself. What does compulsive mean again?
Like it just happens.
I get confused. I get mixed up with impulsive and compulsive. Like impulsive means that like you make impulsive decisions. So it's like you do without much thought. What does compulsive mean?
Like compulsory, right?
Resulting from an irresistible urge.
Right.
Oh.
Like you can't help it.
Especially one that is against one's will.
Like to buy 2 more capybara plushies.
Right. Sure. No, actually, no. No. No, I'm not sure that's the case.
I think compulsive is more like of a scientific / like disorder word. And impulsive is more like you have to buy the 2.
Like you're more on the M side.
Yeah.
I think you fall into the M.
This one says, others say I
category.
worry too much and tend to be compulsive. I should probably lighten up. I would say I worry I worry a lot, but I would say I'm a pretty light person.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like I've mastered being able to do both at the same time. Be a
Okay.
happy worrier.
Okay.
Okay, I'm into section 2 now.
I've been here.
Yeah, damn, flying through this. Okay, here are my first 3. So I avoid what's ordinary or superficial and strive to be unique. I feel like that was like the whole mantra of starting my career.
Right. Okay.
Like I'm not gonna have a shitty basic do-a-tang with no stickers or collage made on it.
No one knows what a do-a-tang is.
The Canadians know. The Canadians know what a freaking do-a-tang is.
16 people live there.
That is so offensive to me, my 16 Canadians.
15 now that you're gone. 14 now that show's also here.
Oh man, I literally had to pull up a photo on Google Images of a do-a-tang and show Mia what a do-a-tang was a couple days ago. Okay, so me and my binders strove to be unique.
So those are actually called folders.
Oh, that would be the equivalent?
Yeah.
Is a folder?
Yeah.
It's not safe to be successful because it exposes me to attack from others. Oh my God. That's for sure the conspiracy, I feel like. I'm an expert at adjusting and adapting myself so I have the right image to get the job done.
I don't get upset about things I can't change. That's an interesting one.
I do.
Yeah, I don't.
Get upset.
Yeah. Like if it's,
That's a superpower, honestly. That's a really, really great trait to have.
but like if it's outside
Yours.
of my control,
Yeah.
or if it's outside of one's control, like or a group of, I find people who obsess over things they cannot change dim-witted.
Thanks. I would say that I get emotionally affected by things that I wish I could control but can't change, but I'm able to rationally process how to deal with it or handle it.
Yeah.
But I definitely am. I feel like I'm just like a highly emotional person too. That like I get affected by everything. You know, things that I can and cannot change.
Yeah.
Everything.
I just did this test a couple days ago. I feel like mine and Jeremy's are going to be really similar.
Really interesting.
I think they're going to be flipped, like the first and second
Yeah,
one.
yeah, like you'll, yeah. I keep my friends and associates, business, family, and activities apart. Many of them have never met. I love joining friend groups.
Yeah.
I feel like we've done a great job of just like integrating
Yeah.
so many. And I also feel like all of our friends get along because we've picked up very like-minded people along the way from different
Despite the fact that they're very different
Yeah.
in their
backgrounds or whatever
Yeah.
it might be. Like
But,
everyone.
like, if there's one thing that I think that we've never had to have a conversation about,
Yeah.
but have both enjoyed, it's meeting and becoming friends with people who are not like us.
I totally agree. I always think that like when someone keeps things very separate, I always feel like there's something mistrusting about that.
But I think I've done that in the past inadvertently. Like in
Right.
high school, you don't mix
Yeah. That's
musical theater
yeah.
and football.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
I mean, well, things are like so naturally cliquey
Yeah, cliquey.
like
Not
that.
clicky, cliquey.
Cliquey.
It's giving clique.
There was this like
Clique.
young teen book series called The Click. That was incredible. They made it into
Click 1 and Click 2, but with Adam Sandler.
No. But it's spelled like CLIQUE. And so in my mind for so many fucking years, and this was such like a core book memory for me, book series memory as a teen, I called it The Clique. And I remember when I realized that everyone else in the world was calling it The Click, and I was absolutely mind boggled.
Clique.
I just feel like also too, like there's so many words that you read in a book that you've just never had to say out loud. And for whatever reason, I never really had to say that one out loud for a really long time. And it took me until catching up with other people who were also reading it years later being like, oh my God, remember like Macy Block
Yeah.
and Claire?
It sounds like you should have some more friends that read books.
Well, now I do.
Yeah.
Now I have so many.
Yeah.
And you're kind of the minority who's not reading the fairy smut.
I'm the minority.
Not reading the fairy smut.
I support your smut.
Thank you so much. I secretly feel resentful that I'm so responsible and work so hard and many others don't. It's really not fair. Damn.
Okay, what does this mean? I often observe other people and events very clearly, but rarely reveal what I see.
Oh, really reveal what I see. Maybe so it's like you're watching people's behaviors, but you don't disclose kind of like what you learned about that person after like observing them.
Yeah. That's an interesting one.
I have no idea what goes on around me.
That's actually true. No, I think I do observe more than I say.
I think so too. Yeah. I definitely think so.
Yeah.
Jesus, if someone hurts me or mine, it's legitimate for me to take charge of their punishment. That's giving enforcer.
Oh. I love the opportunity to shine in the eyes of others.
That's Leo. I have no tolerance for frustration. I must be in control of getting what I want. Wait, I have no tolerance for frustration. So I guess like that's like the period of frustration while you're trying to achieve something.
Yeah. I'm always concerned about how others feel about me.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's growing up on the internet trauma right there. I'm always aware of some authority in their directive. I'm always aware of some authority in their directive. That's giving conspiracy. I always get nervous I'm going to answer one that I like teetered in the middle of that's going to throw off my entire result.
Part of the game, babe.
I know.
Other people have said I'm too cautious or fearful.
The way that like immediately that makes me think of like we were on a family vacation in Vermont once going down this
A place that I can't imagine going on a vacation to.
Well, yeah, we did a road trip to Vermont, Maine, and Quebec City.
Okay. Are those next to each other?
Maine and Vermont, I think are.
Well, those are. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was asking about
Quebec City, not really.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you can kind of drive it in a triangle. But yeah, actually the Quebec City thing is kind of a wild card, kind of like not.
I'm not sure why those three
Yeah.
things would have been together.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, when we were in Vermont, we did this you get to manually driving little downhill go-kart thing that like it's on a track, but you control the speed.
Okay.
And we had just been told a story about how a girl flew off the rails and off the side of it because she was going too fast and had like she just like skinned her entire left side of her body just fully off. And so obviously hearing that, I'm going to be a little cautious because I like my skin and
Big fan of my skin.
love for it to stay on.
Yeah.
And so I took it kind of slow and I was kind of slowing down the rest of the people that were behind me on the track because I was just a little cautious. My parents literally roast me for that for decades. Other people tell me I'm driven and demanding. I feel like driven is a good one, but demanding is like, damn.
382.
What?
Jeremy.
What? I got 3 more sections left. What did you get?
382.
You're a 2 at the end?
Today I am.
Wow.
Wait, so what does that mean? Okay, wait. Let me catch up. Huh?
Are we the same person?
What did you get?
382.
I got 239.
That makes sense that you're a 2, Lauren.
What's a 3?
I'm a 3 also.
I used to be a 3.
What's 3?
I think 3 is called the achiever.
Oh, God.
It's not a good one. It's a bad one. It's like everything in life is for work and all value comes out of success.
I could have told you that. That is how I feel.
Okay, so yeah, my most likely type is type 2. Second most likely is type 3.
What's type 2?
Type 2, I'll go back to the second. Third most likely was
You're just
9.
saying numbers. These don't matter.
Hang on. Type 2, brief description, is the helper. Seeks approval, love, and fulfillment of needs through giving to significant others what they want and hopes they will give back. Alters to meet needs of others. Denial
What an
of
awful
own
existence.
needs and authentic self leads to feeling stifled and longing for freedom. My gifts are giving, supportive, sensitive to other needs. others' needs and feelings. Energetic, romantic goal. Stay connected through partnership.
That's so nice for me.
A plus wifey.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Okay, and then my second closest, and these were just like one apart. Like I got 7 ticks under 2, and then 6 ticks in the achiever. Believes love and approval will be the reward of performance, achievement, and success. And then 9. Oh, the peacemaker. Oh, I thought this was the challenger. I was like, huh?
Wait, I think I got 7 in all 3.
No fucking way. Really? Your little tickies?
Yeah,
I took a screenshot.
I got 7 in all 3 of those.
Wow. Of which numbers again?
3, 8, 2.
A 2?
What's 2?
The helper.
I do not think you're a 2.
I feel so unhelpful today.
No, I think the helper is like,
Sensitive to others' needs
it's
and
like
feelings.
very emotional and like
Yeah, super emotional.
I think the word I would use to describe it is sweet.
How are you guys?
Yeah.
How do you guys feel like this comes off to me?
Like type 2 is like sweet
No,
and
like
warm.
you're not like meek and sweet, but neither is Lauren really.
I'm a little meek sometimes.
But you're sweeter. Yeah.
I would say like I'm a warm person.
I think I would not self-classify myself as a 2. So I'm not, I'm not holier than thou.
Right.
I feel insulted.
And then your other one was 8.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's the challenger.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense that you got equal the challenger and equal the helper. That's confusing.
I think I'm well rounded.
Did you answer yes on mood swings? Because that could be a good explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. So sometimes, that you swing from 2 to 9.
Yeah.
8, I mean.
Sometimes I swing.
The helper to the challenger.
I don't feel like my mental health is great this week.
Well, good thing we signed a waiver here that said that this is not a mental health
It's
test.
not mental health. I feel like my health is not great this week.
That's what I'm saying. You are a fragile little butterfly this week, and your cockroach days are behind you.
No, they're not. I'm going to find them again.
You really haven't. Like, we always talk a lot about me having like IBS and tummy problems, but like you've been taking the cake over there in that category for a really long time. And I just feel like this is it's time to I'll pass you the torch over.
And so you're gonna have cockroach energy now?
I'm more cockroachy than you lately.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Fine. You can have it.
Okay.
I'll be sensitive.
We didn't say sensitive.
I want to be a little sensitive bitch.
Okay. Listen, type 2.
Now you're sounding like the challenger.
Yeah, exactly. Now you're back to type 8.
Whatever. Next week's gonna be better. I'm gonna feel better next week.
Next week's gonna be better.
Yeah. I mean, are you surprised by your answers?
No.
You're only surprised by my answers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll take this in another day when I feel better, and maybe I'll have different answers.
And you have different answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
There might be a sense of subjectivity that's going on here.
Right, you might be a little bit softer today.
I feel soft.
Yeah.
I feel like a soft boy today.
That's so nice.
Like, I'm more concerned about the icks that I've given you the last 2 weeks than I am anything else going on. Any achievements in my life.
Gotta be honest, the tying the shoe with
Yeah,
the
Lauren,
water
you made
bottle.
that very evident to
Yeah,
everyone.
but that wasn't soft boy energy. That was just...
No, I know. I know. I couldn't help it energy. I had to ick you out.
Still love you.
Sounds like compulsory love.
Compulsory love. Like a compulsory class. Would that be synonymous with unconditional love? Compulsory love?
I don't think.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think
One
so.
of those is very nice, and one of those is like mildly.
Yeah, she's like, is that like agape love? I'm like, no, it's not. You know what agape means?
We had this conversation at some point. Is it Italian? Tell me.
It's not that far
It's
off.
not. No, it's I believe it's Latin,
It's Greek.
Greek or Latin. Yeah, one of those.
Okay, foreign language. I wasn't that far
But the
off.
idea is that there's different words for love because they mean different things.
Got it.
Like if you're sexually interested in someone versus you're familial loving them versus you're platonically loving them, that kind of stuff.
So what's agape love?
Like endless, unlimited, very. It's the there's no conditions.
It's the love you have for Moose
Yeah.
And Diggy?
and Diggy.
Oh, that one's got a special one.
That's unconditional love right
That's
there.
unconditional love. Yeah.
That's unconditional
Yeah.
love for sure.
Despite maybe we should add a few conditions.
No.
Just kidding.
No conditions.
Anyway, I'm gonna be back at it next week.
We can talk about, we've been watching like a lot of
Fallout. So Lauren's been into video games lately.
No, and I know that this show is based on a video game, but because Jeremy's transitioning meds and been sleepy boy, we've been on the couch a lot, watching a lot of shows. We've been consuming a couple things. Got a bone to pick with the people who hyped up Challengers. Gonna be so honest. And I know that this is controversial. I know that.
Yeah.
But okay, here's the thing, is that I think if I had gone to see Challengers without going into it with super high expectations of people being like, this is the sexiest movie of the year, like, I think that I would have gone into it and enjoyed it more. But like, it literally had taglines about being the sexiest movie of the year. And
Yeah.
like, yes, there was sexual tension and like sexual innuendos in like the things that they were doing. But like, it really was... I don't know. And maybe because I've read so much smutty novels, that this was just like, I don't know, very like low level spice to me.
I felt like it was low level spice though. I was the one that said that.
Okay, and you haven't read Of Court of Ronan. Whoa. You haven't read ACOTAR.
I have not read ACOTAR.
And so, yeah. And like, listen, like I liked the character development, and the story arc was like good as well too. But I think that people put so much emphasis on like how sexy it
Yeah,
was that I
agreed.
was like, oh my God, I'm so excited to like watch Zendaya like play this role with these two dudes and like see how this unfolds. Like people made TikToks like walking out of the theater with their legs crossed being like, oh my God, my lady boner. And I was like, listen.
My lady boner was not even impacted.
No, my lady boner was nowhere to be found.
I could walk anywhere.
I could watch anywhere. So Challengers was okay. And I think that if I had gone into it without having all of like the hype up beforehand, I would have enjoyed it more. But
Yeah, it was for us liking all the characters.
yeah.
Like I like those actors a
And
lot.
listen, I really enjoyed the tennis component of it.
Fun.
Zendaya looked amazing.
Yeah.
I saw videos like behind the scenes videos of her shadowing, I forget which famous tennis player or like pro athlete she shadowed, but to like learn the exact steps of like the serve and stuff like that. So
Cool.
I feel like she also has such like a unique body shape that I feel like it'd be really hard to find like a stunt double for her.
She has a unique body shape.
Zendaya?
Yeah.
Yes.
How so?
I mean, I feel like she's so tiny, but also incredibly tall. Like she's just got such like a model physique.
She tall?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, enjoyed the tennis component. I liked the story. I liked the characters, but people were like sexiest movie of the year, and
No.
I was a
No
little
way.
disappointed, to be honest.
Like, there's just too many sexual movies that come out for that to be the sexiest movie of the year.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
But I did like Fallout.
Loved Fallout. Fallout was
Fallout.
so good.
Yep. Reminds me that we should be getting our nuclear fallout shelter ready.
I would just never last in any kind of like apocalyptic world. Like, just take me out.
But you're so good at helping.
But you're the helper. babe.
No.
So
I think I need you to
you
help.
go ahead and just
No.
help on, keep on helping.
If you had the option in the middle of a nuclear fallout
Yeah.
to enter the shelter or die on the surface,
Yeah.
which one are you doing?
I mean, obviously, I would go into the shelter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay, fine.
we'll work on our nuclear fallout shelters.
We'll work on our nuclear fallout
Yeah,
shelters.
thank you.
But yeah, anyways, it was so good, and I feel like I feel like they've been doing a really great job of adapting games to shows because The Last of Us as well too. We loved that, and that's based on a game.
Yeah.
and I haven't played any of these, and I have no interest in playing any of the games, but I loved knowing that it started there.
I think there's something to be said about like a storyline that's already been like tested a little bit. Like
Totally.
it's already like they know where they're going before they start.
I was just listening to Colin and Samir chatting with like this Hollywood producer talking about how the producer was saying just like how valuable it is in Hollywood to have IP that has a fan base that has been tested
Yeah.
and is like going to be well received because it's already been like done somewhere else in a different medium.
Yes. And also having the fan base that has tested it
Totally.
also helps to build excitement that's not just so commercial.
Yeah, totally. Because I feel like so many people were talking about Fallout, and this is also different than Fall Guy, which is in theaters
Yes.
right now, which is the Ryan Gosling movie, which I
Yes.
also want to see. But it's different than Fall Guy.
Yes.
So we just finished watching that, and then what was the movie we just watched? The something of ungentlemanly welfare.
Oh, Yes, that was very good.
It just had the best cast of dudes.
Best cast, yes.
It had Henry Superman. What's his last
Cavill.
name? Cavill. And it had Alan, the guy from Reacher, the giant guy.
You mean the guy from New Girl with the micro penis?
Oh, yeah, with the micropenis, yeah. Poor Alan with the tiny little role. What was it?
That honestly, that movie was so good.
That movie was so good. I texted my parents and said, "The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare."
Yeah, that was
so
good.
close.
That was
So
very
close
good.
on the name. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
And then Three Body Problem.
Three Body Problem. We also watched that. Did you? We talked about this before we watched the show because I just like read you the headline. We're like, damn, that's fucking crazy. And then now I'm realizing that it's connected to the show that we watched and enjoyed. One of the like main producers or directors got murdered by someone else on like the production crew.
What?
Yeah, of the show.
Three Body Problem?
Three Body Problem.
Someone was murdered
Yes.
while doing the show?
Literally murdered. I think, I'm not sure if it was during production or right before. Shall we Google the exact headline? It was like the guy, the murderer was the one who oversaw it being adapted from potentially a game as well, actually. It was so wild because I remember seeing this headline and then we watched the show and it like reconnected for me and I was like, oh, fuck.
The day after the sci-fi drama Three Body Problem premiered on Netflix, a lawyer was sentenced to death in China for poisoning the executive producer.
Poisoning.
What?
Poisoning.
Wait, but in China?
Yeah, the one of the producers, right? Or sorry, the director?
No, the producer was killed
Yeah, the producer was killed via poison.
via a lawyer who poisoned him.
But it was the lawyer who oversaw part of like, he was also like somehow attached to the show, right?
Is the show also based on a murder? Trying to make sure I'm not saying the plot of the show instead of the actual crime.
It's mostly about aliens.
Yeah, producer's death surrounds. A former gaming executive was sentenced to death last month in China for the murder of one of the producers of the show.
Oh my God. Sentenced to death for poisoning the series' billionaire executive producer.
Oh, okay.
A real life mystery shrouded Three Body Problem long before production got underway on the big budget Netflix series. Jesus. Gaming exec. Anyway, so they could make a whole ass show out of
The behind the scenes of Three Body Problem.
of the Three Body Problem,
And knowing
poisoning
Netflix,
and murdering.
they will.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, we've been consuming shows.
We've been eating them up.
We've been eating them up.
I've been doing like consuming. Not much production.
Not much production. Lots of consuming though.
I'm ready to get back to production. I say.
Here we are.
Here we
We
are.
are in production.
We are in
baby.
production. The green light is on. We are on the air.
Hello, everyone.
Drag Race All Stars just started, new season.
I don't have much to say.
Jeremy is not participating in that one, but I am, and I'm so excited.
ChatGPT 4.
Oh my God, I was just they just discontinued I was listening to Philip DeFranco talk about how the voice, people were claiming that it was like too close to Scarlett Johansson and she was like ready to take legal action even though it wasn't actually modeled off her, but it was too close.
They changed it.
And so they unrolled her voice out.
Got it.
Cuz I think she was the voice of remember that movie Her
Yeah.
with Spike, whatever, the lead guy. What was his name? I can't remember.
Spike Lee?
No,
It was
that's
not-
not
it was-
right.
no, it's not Spike
I
Lee.
think- Anyway, she was the voice of that character.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so everyone was
No,
like,
Anna de Armas.
are you thinking of that one with Ryan Gosling?
Maybe.
That she was like the hologram?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of the
Blade
wrong.
Runner.
Yeah, you're thinking of Blade Runner.
Mm.
Yeah, I think Scarlett Johansson was the voice of
Her. Cool.
I think.
Okay.
So was that right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Anyway. So and then one of the dudes from who owns ChatGPT again?
OpenAI?
OpenAI. One of the dudes from OpenAI said something about and like put the emphasis on like her, which like obviously sent fans into a frenzy.
A tizzy.
Being like, yeah, exactly, into a tizzy. And so they had
Is
to
that Sam?
unroll it out. I'm not sure if it was Sam,
Okay.
but anyways. So
So now Lauren's going to be the new voice.
so now I'm gonna be the new voice.
That'd be so great.
How
That
much?
would-
How much?
How much?
How much would you have to get paid?
Not that much. Gonna be honest. Really not that much.
Pretty cool.
$1.
Really not that much.
$1.
Like enough to be compensated well for the time that would be like, I wouldn't do it just for like the bragging rights of like how
Right.
of having like my voice is that, but I would do it to be compensated
For the
comfortably.
day.
Because that means
for
that they can have you say anything. Like
But like I feel
someone
like
could just type into
someone could just type something
ChatGPT
in.
and then like release a podcast.
Right, if just voice. But I guess if like you make it super public, being like, hey, I just recorded my voice saying every word in the English dictionary, so
Or-
like
yeah.
be so careful.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't know. That's gonna be its own can of
So it's not
worms.
Scrotto anymore.
So
Never was.
never was, never will be.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, we're gonna go tuck Jeremy into bed and let him slumber for another full 7 days, and
No.
hopefully he'll wake up rested and ready to go for our next pod epi. Oh, we have fun guests coming up. We've got 3 guests booked in the next couple of weeks.
Do I have to be awake for those?
You do have to be awake for those.
No, I'm excited for those. Guests are always fun.
Guests are always so fun. It's been
Yeah.
forever since we had a guest.
I know.
We have
So-
a guest next episode. There's a guest.
Oh, next episode, we have a guest.
Hell yeah.
Breaking news.
Hell yeah.
Slay. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this episode. Jeremy's gonna go be his little helper self.
I'm going to go help.
Jeremy's gonna go help.
Let me know if you guys need
If
help
you need
below.
help-
Just let me know.
Just shoot Jeremy a quick message because he's ready to help until he has a mood swing and then he's ready to be an enforcer. Or a challenger, whatever the fuck number 8 was.
All those things.
So anyways, if you need help, don't message me, message Jeremy. Okay, bye.
Goodbye.